Hello everyone and welcome to Mount and Blade to Bannerlord, where I need to start off by, uh, letting those who have been following and looking forward to more adventure mode episodes for Dwarf Fortress. I need to tell you that that series kind of doesn't work anymore. The adventure mode is essentially very bugged, so I've tried to record a couple of times, and every time I've tried to save during a recording, or once it reaches just some arbitrary point, it just crashes immediately. So I figured, well, I mentioned this series as an option in the first episode, and so John Manfortress will continue his adventures in Bannerlord. So, we'll start by clicking Sandbox, of course, because the campaign is not what we want. We will be, in fact, starting from nothing in this version as well, and not just that, we will be starting at war with every single faction, every single entity in the game, and it's gonna be an interesting one, you know. Maybe consider this. Yeah. Just lore that doesn't matter to us. Maybe, you know, consider this Toadie's punishment to John Manfortress for his crimes against the people of his world. He's been exiled to this world instead. Now, what do we want to play as? Well, for a start, I'm also not going to do much in terms of recruitment. I would much prefer to... I'm kind of taking a page out of Reformist's book here. I don't want to be recruiting troops. I mostly want to be recruiting prisoners. And out of all of these options... I mean, mounted troops are nice, but not quite what we'll be having in the beginning. In the beginning is going to be the most difficult part of the game. No speed penalty on desert is quite nice as well. So it's a matter of, do we want to do forests or do we want to do deserts really? And I think deserts might be a bit better for us and more interesting, at least, instead of this. So yeah, let's go for the Oserai. And John Manfortress, I'll tell you right away, I don't remember what our boy looks like. I think he had, he was kind of like that. Maybe like that, but the one part I remember is that he's got some decently long white hair. Can I get? I wish I could get it more white than this, but he has white hair and like a beard that goes into a braid. So something like that. I suppose is gonna have to do it. I'm not gonna edit too much because that's not the most interesting part of this game, is it? So what do we want to start off with? I'll tell you right now, the most important stat is going to be throwing, because if you start off with absolutely no equipment, no weapons, no horse, no anything, you're going to want to be able to pick up your enemy's thrown items and throw them back. Another thing that I would want is potentially starting with some scouting, then skill levels and one focus point to scouting and bow. That could actually be useful. Writing doesn't... Well, I think I'm gonna have to start with this, because starting with just at least a little bit of scouting, so that it becomes that much easier to level it up, is gonna be useful. The bow skill may be later in the game, but this is where I want to start with Bedouin. Let's see what we got. Leadership skills, not gonna matter at all at the beginning. Brawn, the throne skill is gonna matter. That's not gonna matter too much. Your way with people. The medicine skill is actually very useful as well, and maybe something we want to look into. And writing eventually as well. So for now, maybe this. Herded the sheep. Oh, this is exactly what we want. Look, we get throwing and we get endurance, athletics rather. It's gonna be excellent. Training with the cavalry, not gonna be that great for us. Rode with the scouts, train with the infantry, join the skirmishers, march with the camp followers. Join with the skirmishers. Oh, camp follower roguery is actually gonna be useful as well. And it's gonna give us more and more in throwing, which is going to be useful. Of course, the melee skill is gonna be a necessity. Absolutely, it's gonna be a necessity, but roguery is that genuinely tougher to come by. So, defeat an enemy battle. No, no. Had a famous escapade in town. Gives us endurance. Gives us athletics. Gives us roguery. Yes, please. Starting age 30 gives us a little bit of extra stuff to work with. I mean, I could go 50. Or 40. I'm gonna go with 30. What do we want our banner to be? Well, we're gonna be John Manfortress, so if we perhaps have something that is, you know, a fortress or a man, there it is. One of these gotta be it. So, let's make it, how about white on black? Pink on black? Blue on black? Actually, the gold kind of looks the best, I think. And make it, fairly large. Yeah. Your arms kind of going through the shield there, John. We are gonna be Clan Manfortress, as, of course we would be. And, of course, we are gonna be good old, John Manfortress. And we're gonna do this on Bannerlord difficulty. Iron Man mode? I mean, yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be Iron Man mode. Yeah, auto-allocate as well. So let's go. And you may be thinking, well, how are you gonna, do this? How are you gonna be at war with everyone? And how are you going to get rid of all of your items? Well, for that second part, the answer is, like, fairly simple. You just dump everything, and wow, I don't have anything anymore. Contemplating keeping the grain because, okay, so here's the thing. I'll take a moment to think about it, because this does make the start easier, but it only really makes it easier by, like, making it a lot less tedious, because if you have no food, you're gonna starve, and you will have, essentially no means of recovering HP, unless you're, at the time, you are a prisoner, so, I don't know about that. I also just spilled some water, but, nowhere near my electronics, but I'll be right back, because I do need to clean that up, and I'll consider my options in the meantime. Okay, I've returned, I thought about it, and I do think that I'm going to keep the grain in my inventory, because it's not going to last us very long. You can see expected change is 0.05, which means 20 days, and that's 20 days if we don't end up losing the grain to, like, bandits when we get captured or something, because that is extremely likely to happen. Now, the next part, you're discarding items, very sure. Yeah, unfortunately. Now, the next part is going to be opening the console and doing this. Campaign start player versus World War. Oh, wait, I need to enable the cheat mode. 1 second. Let me just copy over what I needed to do. That config cheat mode 1. Then campaign player start. And config cheat mode 0 to disable cheat mode again. There you go. Let's close that and return to game. As you can see, we are now instantly at war with every single faction within the game. So, including all minor factions, of course. So what is the game plan at this point? Well, we have a speed of 5. We are relatively slow. We'll do the assign those points in a moment. And we are, of course, in the lands of the Oserai. Now, I don't want to go too deep into the lands of the Oserai for a moment, because desert bandits are actually kind of scary because they have horsemen. Horsemen will kill us very, very easily. Of course, everything will kill us very easily. So, in the case of Reformists, what Reformists focused on was getting to the north and going through the mountains as a Botanian, forest as a Botanian, and fighting bandits that have throwing weapons. I will have a similar strategy here, except, well, John Manfortress, this man right here, this beautiful man, well, he hasn't really learned his lesson from Toady, because he's going to be attacking a lot of peasants. Because peasants have rocks. Oh, John gained a level. Why did I gain a level? I don't really know. We're level 1. That's interesting. So what do we want to level up? I think for a start, one thing I will definitely want to level up is our endurance skill to improve athletics and probably cunning, because that gives us roguery and scouting. I will actually give another point in scouting because becoming faster as quickly as possible is going to be very useful. I'll put another point in throwing and athletics for sure. In fact, I might even give another point in athletics, but I will also give one a point in medicine because healing ourselves will be very useful. 30% recovery of lost hit points after each battle is going to be incredibly important. I might need to go steward skill as well, but for now I think I'm just going to give another point in, well, I'm gonna need melee eventually, so let's go for one-handed, although we don't have any weapons yet. Hopefully that changes soon. What we're looking for now are small parties of peasants. So caravan of 40, not what we are looking for whatsoever. Let's see. Where do we want to go? Let's go this direction for a little bit. I do have a couple of mods installed, by the way, but none of them affect the gameplay. I have a better time installed. I have party screen enhancements, and I have super speed in battle. Also, all of these are just, they kind of feel like they should be in the base game. Oh, it says 0, but we're at 0.95, of course, that's completely fine. Oh, we do not want to be caught by Unkid here. As you can see, we're just barely faster. Also, we are considered, for whatever reason, cavalry, which we're not. We're on foot. So, hey. Oh, we might. Yep, we are gonna be captured. There's no real point. We just straight up need to surrender. And that's going to be a huge part of the game. Is going to be us getting captured. And right, money. I'm going to be using this starting money only to really, in fact, I should genuinely just straight up go over here and talk to him. No. Surrender or die. Wait, oops, I should... You know what?
On my command!
I meant to click surrender, but I just wanna see how quickly... Oh my god, they're so far away. Well, that's what this button is for. Hey guys! How did I make it through that? Bastards! Die! I've perished. Who could have seen this coming? We're done. Good news is that should give us the option to train up our medical skill as a very, very slight technicality. Hello? Usually this loading screen doesn't take this long. Okay, we're back, and for all the boasting this game does that it's like one save in Iron Man, sure as heck doesn't save very often, because we are back at the very beginning here. So we need to respec our points here. If I change how I spec them, then, you know, that's what it is. I probably will a little bit, but yes, definitely these that we need a point in, and yes, that works as well. So, the other thing is, I wanted to see actually, is there some means to straight up remove the money that we have in our inventory. I know there's obviously going to be a way to give money, but is there a way to take that money away? So the gold is campaign add gold to hero. If I add a minus to that instead of plus, so let's just see if this works. So first thing is, of course, config cheat mode 1, and then campaign add gold to hero and minus 1000. Yes, indeed, it does work perfectly like that. So that means we can get back to it. I'm gonna do a quick save to make sure that we don't have to redo all that again. And once again, we are off to the races. So where do we want to go? Now, let's see if we can go down here for a moment. Oh, of course, then the autosave fires immediately afterwards. What we're looking for are peasants. Groups of peasants. It doesn't really matter how big the first groups are, you're kind of gonna... Oh, shoot. Kind of gonna use them to, farm skills. Anyhow, the desert bandits, please... Oh, this is really gonna do this, huh? 4.9 speed. Yeah, life is gonna be suffering and pain for a very long time until we can improve our speed, and in fact, maybe we do want to start moving in this direction for potential of running into maybe some peasants or looters or anything at all that could help us out here. Because, I mean, there you go, we're just gonna surrender immediately. Not really gonna be bothered by that. Yep, taken to a dungeon, as you would expect. We'll set it to that, so that when we get out of... When we escape, inevitably we're not going to be... Yep, there you go. It only took 4 days. Which is actually not bad at all. And during our stay in prisons, we don't use food, but you can see that it is going to run out very quickly, and those 4 bits of grain are not going to... Or 4 days of grain are not going to be... What, 4? What am I talking about? A day... 20 days of grain are not going to be life-changing, necessarily. There's looters. Which sucks. I would much prefer to be some peasants... But the looters are going to probably catch us as well. Whatever, let's just keep going. Maybe we'll get lucky. Or maybe we'll have to run away from these guys instead. There's a whole army here. 6 looters. You can see where this goes, this kind of goes. Oh, there they are. Well, there's a non-zero chance that we can at least throw some rocks back at them, which is the most you can really expect to do at the start of this game. Let's let them get a bit closer. There's some rocks. And then you need to hold Alt if you ever want to spot where those rocks land. As you can see, they go quite a distance as well. And let's throw him back. Look at that, 14 damage. Look at that. We gained a point in athletics for it. That's kind of... this is gonna be a lot of the game at the start here. Unfortunately. I missed... Oh, that's gonna cause suffering. And we're dead. Yep. There you go. Victory! Yeah, you guys did so well. Alright, and then we just hang out, and so you can see... Oh, we already managed to escape them? I'm surprised. Oh, shit. Well, if we could attack those villagers, we'd be in a better spot, but... Because, and I will show you if we get to actually fight some villagers, but alas, we're gonna be facing more of these guys, and honestly I'm just going to surrender this time because I have so little HP. As you can see, we'd have no morale. But being captured is actually not the worst thing in the world, because again, it means we're not using our food, we get to recover our hit points while doing that. There's mountain bandits here, which might have thrown weapons. There's way too many for them to, realistically, for us to take down. But there's something to be said about actually being able to get some kills if they throw things at me. Yeah, you can see there's a lot of them actually using thrown weapons, or 3 of them using them. Just don't perish. And throw. Well, that did damage. It's something. I would ideally like for... Okay, that was just a rock to, like, my leg. Damn. Oh well. We're gonna go back to being a prisoner for a little bit. I'm gonna do a little save as well, because I didn't like how long that loading screen took again. We're just gonna hang out. Okay, we're once again escaped captivity. We're at 20% HP. And I would like to continue going a bit further north if I can. It's a caravan, which means we have no shot against it. But I would like to see ideally a... 13 looters is not what I want to see. I want to see a smaller party of villagers, if at all possible. Because... ooh, this guy might just send us into the Shadow Realm. 5 looters, okay. Again, very little odds of us succeeding at all, and I would actually say no odds whatsoever, because we cannot throw the rocks back fast enough to kill them, but again, we can get a bit of athletic skill and throwing skill, which is what's going to give us any at all odds in the future. So, we need them to throw, and we need them to miss. We need to grab these stones. Oh my goodness, I think I just ducked out of getting hit by one of those. Hit him! Punch him in the face! Well, I did punch him in the face a little bit, but that's obviously not going to be enough. And we are down once again. But that's kind of fine, as you can gather from my optimistic tone of voice. 65, that is 13 more days of not starving, which is not long at all. 34 villagers? Are you kidding me? And then there's that guy up there. Oh my goodness. Surrender immediately, there's no point. Just hope that he brings us... oh, he actually did bring us up further north, which is kind of okay. I also don't understand why you don't recover HP while in a dungeon, while you do recover it in, like, a party. Like, that just seems very strange, but whatever. Let's see now. Nope, that guy's gonna get us now. I'm gonna straight up run into him, because I'm gonna waste time by running away. Which I don't want to do. We're just gonna hang out like this. And... caravan hardware. Nope. There's just nothing for us here. We're just not very lucky here. Oh, we got a point in athletics, I just realized. So what do we want here? Hit points or combat movement speed? I mean, both of these are very minor buffs, and I feel like the well-built buff is going to be more useful for a start. More looters. We surrender to the looters, because they can't bring us into a settlement, so that means that we can continue recovering our HP. Then I'm just gonna straight up run into this guy, come on, because there's no way of getting around him, and I again much rather just recover HP and not use any food while waiting. Let's see. Oh, he's running in that direction as well, so I need to kind of try and run in the other direction. And again, hope that we just get some peasants. Like, oh, why did... Oh, that's annoying when that happens. Didn't get to click on it, and click on them in time, or rather. More looters. Let's just surrender to them. Make sure it's paused. Why? I hate that it unpauses into 4 speed despite the fact that I clicked pause. Ugh. Again, there's nothing nearby, so we are better off getting arrested. Oh, saved. Saved the game. Good, good. We've made plenty of progress after all, right? We've managed to escape. So let's go back down here, I guess. And once again, hope that we run into some peasants. Please. I apparently gained a level. I don't know from what, but 1 skill point. I think it has to go into like... I think it's gonna have to go into medicine again, because we really need that. We really need that popping off. It's a caravan. Again, I'm gonna surrender to them. Then continue going south. Okay, 21, it's a lot, but I want to show just once what I will probably be doing a lot more off camera, which is peasants have very simple AI, right? They, no matter what your army looks like, in this case, one naked man with nothing to his name, they are going to, I hope, yes, they're doing that exact thing that they always do, which is they are going to go to this area where they have like their mules and they have their things and just stand there, and if you approach them, they're going to start throwing rocks. Which, if you can dodge, you can then pick up. Right? And this poor guy's getting charged so much. You can then throw them back and farm up some skills. And if you have enough luck and the party is small enough, you can even straight up destroy the peasants. But then, of course, yes, you're going to be hit by rocks fairly often and end up in some trouble. So once you have enough rocks that have been thrown, you go back here. And I do find it easier to throw in first person, throw and dodge in first person. But then picking up rocks is definitely a third person affair because, well, they're quite small. They are rocks. So, let's get them. You can see they have quite a few, which is possibly enough to kill some of them, but it might also not be enough at all. It's just a matter of, oh my gosh, I hit that running horse. Yep, as you can see, there's a bit of luck involved when you have such low throwing skill and you're dealing with, well, rocks. I'm gonna throw it at that horse because then it can go off running and that will make my life easier as well. I wonder if we can kill this guy. See, it's taking a bit, of course it is, but there you go. We have one of them down, and now you just do this for a very long time. Another quirk of the AIs you can just see there is, while I was throwing the rocks, they weren't. And the moment I ran out of ammo, they go back to throwing them. I'm not sure why on earth that's a thing, but it is. So... you hit that tree. Loser. And then you go and do that same thing over and over and over again, which I will probably speed up in the video until either, and that would be genuinely kind of a miracle, we win, or until I get pelted with rocks and drop on the ground myself. So I guess I'll see you then if anything interesting happens. This is actually one of the most successful goes I've had at this very exhilarating bit of gameplay here. I did try and do this run before, and I actually did succeed, but it took a long time. Even though I was actually playing with a mod that allowed to adjust how quickly you leveled up skills, so I had a lot of throwing skill and a lot of athletic skill from doing this. But even so, I've actually managed to take down 5 of them already, and that's pretty good, all things considered. There's actually now a non-zero chance of us succeeding here, but I'm not gonna say that it's particularly high either. It's of course still fairly low because this is a lot of rocks, and it kind of relies on the AI picking the rocks back up and throwing them at you effectively. Because if they don't do that and they just stand there with their melee weapons, I'm out of luck there, because there's no way for me to beat even a peasant with like a pitchfork or something if I have no weapons at all, which I would not have, of course, unless I manage to kite like the last couple of them around using like the fact that I probably have slightly higher athletic skill than them, but that's all going to be still quite the bit of a challenge. So let's hope we get super lucky with these guys deciding to, continuing to throw rocks at me, even though they should really have stopped by, I don't know, like the 3rd or 4th guy that I've taken down using their own stones. But that's, that's just my own 2 cents on the matter, lads. You keep doing what you're doing, of course. You know best. Ooh. Nice shot, buddy. Alright. Hey, we got a whole level out of that one, which is pretty excellent. We don't get a lot of those at the very start of the game here. Oh, geez, that was a tough one to dodge. Oh, you want to throw rocks at this tree? You want to throw rocks at a tree? Ow, okay, that's what I get for smack talk, I guess. Oh, there's a cat demanding attention, as there often is. 10, please. Please, can't you see I'm in the middle of something extremely important? Throwing rocks at men with pitchforks. and donkeys. Nothing has ever been this important, and nothing ever will be again. Oh, no, 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 please. Oh, man, my HP is not looking too great. It is tough to keep up all the dodging. Especially when they throw those low shots. Because they are very quick and very likely to hit me in my poor little footsies. What do I hope to get out of loot if I do win this? Honestly, the most important thing is that we are pretty likely to get some more food out of it, and then armor, just like the most basic armor would generally be kind of nice, and having any kind of melee weapon would actually make it possible for us to take on like small parties of looters, potentially. Very unlikely for us to get anything more substantial than that. Like, I don't think you can get pack animals from fighting peasants, but if we can do that, then any kind of horse would honestly be spectacular. In the last game I did here, I did quite a lot once I had gotten a horse and just a peasant scythe. That was very, very useful. And kind of cool and a bit thematic. Come on. This guy's kind of like picking up the rocks that I used to pelt him with and throwing them back. Throw it back, Private. Throw it back. 12 of... Whoa. That's almost... Not almost. That is way over half of them already gone. If I manage to do one of these fights first try, then that is gonna be an incredibly useful thing for us. Unless we get absolutely nothing useful. Of course, we would also get a bunch of prisoners here, which we can use as troops over time, but that's gonna slow us down significantly, so I don't know about that. Yep, there's a guy that's gonna throw a rock. Essentially, if we manage to win here, we get out of this phase of the game, which is the most grindy and frustrating and slowest, so much faster. And I would be stoked about it. I do have a cat that I need to, I suppose, feed in a moment, because... Oh my god, did you see that guy? Just hit that tree directly in front of him. Oh boy, that I can tell why they put that guy in the back of the line, man. There's only 8 of them standing as well, which is super. Okay, this guy's kind of like close to going down, right? But I'm gonna keep throwing at this guy, because if I miss, there's a better chance I'm gonna hit someone behind him. Still going, huh? And we are back. So, let's see. Which one of you guys is gonna throw something at me next? Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's not what I wanted. No, please, please, please. Please. I beg you. Oh my god. Oh my god, no! Oh, I got too close. I got too greedy. Oh, that's frustrating. But it's a sign that if we were dealing with a smaller party of peasants, we actually would be able to, we would have been able to take them down. So, hopefully next time we will be able to do just that. And as you can see, the peasants don't capture you, so they just let you go. Man. We have gotten a point in throwing, though. we will probably want this. And another point in athletics, because we need to be able to run away. And that's going to do it for this first episode. Next episode, I'm going to be continuing this little strat here, and hopefully we will be able to take down a party of peasants in the near future. What if? Just hear me out.
Under my command!
Just hear me out, though. There's 8 of them. So maybe. I just can't afford to be hit at all, but maybe we can end this episode a bit more successfully. Alright. Need him to throw rocks. Oh, that was a bad throw. Oh, and that's a bad miss. Come on. Oh, come on. Oh, come on! It is a bit harder to get this done when there's actually fewer of them, because there's fewer AI to decide that, hey, I'm gonna start throwing rocks. But, of course, it's also easier to dodge. Just gotta make sure not to aggro them into melee, like I did last time. And also, if the rocks could fly where I'm aiming, that would be super. Okay, these guys are all want to throw rocks as well, good. You see this, Scheisse? Guys, I don't know where you're looking, but I'm like right here. Rah, rah, you know? You know what I'm saying? Hello? Are you gonna throw? Now pass me the rock. Shoot, I think this is gonna be it. I think they've run out of brain juice to throw rocks at me anymore. I just wish you could just ride the pack mules. Because that would, like, make my life a lot easier. But, I mean, makes sense that you can't. Well, one of them got hit by a mule, that's not gonna do anything, but... Oh, there to go, rocks! Yeah, come on. Come on, throw. Of course, this is the guy that's actually gonna throw a rock that gets hit by a freaking horse. Just kind of have to hold still, I guess, and then they're like, oh, rocks. Oh! I'll see you guys in the next episode. Oh my god, that was a headshot. God damn it.